the Central Bank of Sweden. But before kicking off, allow me to offer you some basic considerations as to why CBDC matters and why it will come. But before I do that, I wanted to talk to you briefly, what is actually central bank money, to sort of get your, to ensure, it may bore some of you, but to ensure that we have a good understanding of what central bank money really is all about. So CBDC is central bank money, of course. It means it's money issued by the central bank. In the United States, this is the Federal Reserve. In Canada, it's the Bank of Canada. In Mexico, it's the Bank of Mexico. So central banks typically offer banknotes to the general public and reserves to commercial banks. Both represent liabilities of the central bank. Banknotes, or in the US, they are called Federal Reserve notes, correspond to currency in circulation. They are bearer instruments and physical tokens and can be used in peer-to-peer exchanges by the general non-bank public, meaning ourselves. It is the only central bank money we as the general public have access to. Reserves is book money or scriptural money and consists of a ledger entry. Currency in circulation plus reserves form the monetary base, or M0. Now, if you look at this chart here, you'll see a representation of the sort of money that we are talking about. So when we talk about CBDC, it is the darker bit on the right-hand side. And if you see and look at what it means compared with all the monies in the United States, you'll find that it is a relatively small proportion of what we call broad money or money more generally, which are typically liabilities of the commercial banking system. Okay. So, central bank coexists with many monies, as I said, that are liabilities of the commercial banks. In the US, Europe as a settlement medium on new token-based financial market infrastructures. At the same time, it is a catalyst and lends credibility to these new infrastructures. So CBDC supports new use cases, scope and reach of central bank money, while affording central banks needed prudential controls amid the implied arm's length relationships which they entertain with CBDC users. Now, CBDC is not so much about payment, actually, but it is much more about settlement. Tokens can do certain types of transactions better, in particular bidirectional trades, such as payment versus payment, so-called PVP, and delivery versus payment, so-called DVP. It means that CBDC as a replacement for a large value payment system may be interesting, but is unlikely to provide much better performance. CBDC as a payment instrument at the point of sale may also only bring limited benefits, if any, compared with in particular some faster payment systems. And the user experience is unlikely to be altered. Also, CBDC will matter where central bank money offers needed advantages. And this is why securities trading and foreign exchange are therefore likely to be key use cases for CBDC. Now, quickly on a few